Auras come in many different layers on our personal body, from the most inner to the most outer, and each of them speaking to different things. Imagine, for example, the more brighter the color of your aura is, it speaks to how well you are. And the more dull it is, it will also touch uneasily on depressive states or being physically ill. Auras are said to change all the time, and as you progress and change and develop yourself emotionally, spiritually, and mentally throughout your life. So sometimes not even having a color associated with you, but just also seeing a light around you is good enough to know that your aura keeps changing, and it's something that you can always be mindful of. And welcome to another great and informative episode of GMTV. I'm your host with the most, popularly known as Gogo Moyo. Today we're going to be talking about the beautiful world of auras. Before we get into that, thank you to everybody that has subscribed to the channel. So get on to inviting your friends. Also remembering to hit the sub button as well as the notification bell so that you don't miss out on any of the cool and exciting videos that we have in store for you. Firstly, we're going to be talking about the first level that speaks to our auras, which is the physical body. It's associated with the color red. Red is the color of the root chakra, which relates to the connection of nature, the physical body, and the material world. If it appears in the auras of faceless individuals who have a natural understanding of physicality and enjoying manifesting desires in the material world, they are passionate and unapologetic about experiencing dynamic and abundant adventures in life as a physical being. It's this passion and relentlessness that keeps them driven in life. They are generally unafraid of death, birth, or overindulgence, sexuality, sensuality, and adrenaline-induced activities. Those with red emissions in their energy fields are powerful people that rarely deny themselves the pleasure of physical plane. The saturation and brightness of a color in your aura can indicate different things. If the red in your aura is murky and dark, you may be holding on to anger, frustration, or trauma. It can also indicate lower energy, exhaustion, and being overly worked. The next aura layer is ethereal, and it speaks to the memories that we hold of how we grew up, and that's where we store all the emotions tied with our emotions. And it's associated with the color pink. Pink is one of the more rare colors to show up in an aura. A bubblegum pink aura can be seen around someone who is gentle in nature and radiates pleasant, loving energy to every being they come in contact with. They are deeply sensitive, embrace the ideas of romantic love, and often have a natural ability to keep the romance alive and well in relationships. They are natural healers, creatives, and an inkling toward intuitive beings. The color pink vibrates at the lower frequency as green, which corresponds to the heart chakra. People who have pink emissions in their aura inspire a feeling of comfort to those around them. Pink vibrations are bubbly and uplifting because they correspond directly to the heart chakra, which is typically associated with the feminine energy. In the midst of life's most pressing challenges, a person with a pink aura can help heal others with a glance, a smile, a kind word, or just being present. They remind us to be gentle with each other and all of Earth's creatures. The third layer is lower mental. Your waking self uses this layer frequently because it is where your reason and thought patterns reside. You use the energy for work, for school, and to focus. It is associated with the color magenta. Those with a magenta aura as true originals. The color magenta is a combination of red, blue, and white light frequencies. Those with magenta emissions in their aura combine a masterful understanding of the physical world, red, with a heightened capacity for thinking creatively, blue. This combination makes people with magenta auras ideally suited for creative work. These high-energy, naturally creative beings thrive on originality and innovation, and are not fond of use of copycat methods of creativity. Those with magenta in their aura tend to walk to the beat of their own drum and experience the world in their own way. They can sometimes come across as a bit hysteric, but generally attract positive attention from their peers. This individualistic thinker considers themselves not part of following the crowd and is very restrictive. Peer pressure has absolutely no effect on them. They love to shock people, to shake them from their ordinary humdrum existences. These unique personalities are generally optimistic and prefer to look at life with a sense of humor. Magenta are usually very strong-willed and intelligent, but rarely understood. They are innovative creatives, passionate and fascinated by the latest gadgets and innovations. They do, however, deal with the tangibles of the planet, like taking physical substances and stretching it to its new forms that go beyond what people consider normal. These free spirits aren't usually concerned about what others think, but tend to live in large cities where they are more amped to have more freedom to express themselves. Fourth being higher aura, and this is where we create a bridge between all the other auras, and this is where we would house our beliefs, self-compassion and selflessness. It is associated with the color orange. Orange is the color of the sacral chakra, which relates to creativity, sensuality, and emotions. Orange is the energy center for exchange and relationships, placing high value on friendships and interacting with others. Those with orange emissions in their aura resonate with the vibrations of joyful exchange, whether relating to work, resources, money, time, energy, or love. They possess strength in teamwork due to the ability to be relatable and sociable. Those with orange in their aura are highly perceptive and incredibly dynamic individuals. Strangers do not stay strangers very long with those with an orange aura, as friendships develop very quickly for these relationship experts. People with orange auras have a hard time sitting still, as they're thrive seekers who want to experience all the world has to offer. Because they crave newness and sensation, vibrating at a lower orange frequency can lead to addiction or trouble committing in relationships. Fifth is the spiritual aura layer, and this is where I believe I fall in, because it speaks to someone who loves to teach and help other people grow their consciousness. So my aura would be growing each time I engage with you guys or teach you about whatever topic is at hand, and it's associated with the color yellow. Yellow is the color of the solar plexus chakra, which rules our intellect, self-esteem, and personal power. Now we are at the intuitional aura layer, and it speaks to you being someone that is able to connect with their third eye, and the color associated with that is tan. A tan aura can be found in individuals who are very logical and analytical. They choose to methodically process every step from 1 through 10. They are also very practical, security conscious, and have a tendency to keep their feelings to themselves. They're not risk takers. These are the people who want to build a foundation brick by brick before taking a leap. These detail-orientated beings are strategic in their approach to life and oftentimes have the ability to accomplish time-consuming tasks that frustrate others. They are down-to-earth personalities who value long-term commitment. Those with tan in their auras love to analyze, learn, understand three-dimensional reality, and then enjoy living a comfortable, secure, and stable life. Finally, we have the super aura layer, which speaks to being able to pull in all those other auras and find an absolute balance. This is where you store your experiences and you're able to draw all your ideas to deal with how life is challenging you. It is associated with the color green. Green frequencies resonate with the vibration of the heart chakra, the center of personal growth and healing. Those with green auras radiate unconditional love and a life force energy that is sensed by all beings that come into their presence. Because of this, individuals with an intense green in their auras are typically drawn to nature, animals, and unnatural born self-healers. Being in the presence of a person with great emissions in their energy field is a very peaceful and restful experience. They are the most balanced people in the entire color spectrum, especially giving equal attention to their own creative goals, to the people they love. They have a sense of responsibility and service to others and are very self-assertive. The green aura is one that bridges the spiritual and physical worlds. They are focused with high ideals and aspirations, profoundly creative individuals. If you have green and it's dark in color or murky, you may be focusing on feelings of jealousy or envy. You may be feeling like a victim or viewing comments from others as criticism. If you find that your color that you emanate or radiate is blue, blue is the color of the throat chakra, ruling communication and self-expression. A true light blue in aura is indicative of a person with natural intuitive gifts. They are the most caring, nurturing, and protective personalities in the color spectrum. Their life purpose is to serve, to help, and to love others as they live by their hearts and their emotions. Their life purpose is to serve, to help, and to love others as they live by their hearts and emotions. Individuals with light blue emissions in their energy field have an inner knowledge and wisdom and tend to rely on their feelings to determine what is right without needing outside facts. These expressive dreamers place a great importance on personal relationships. Since they are sensitive beings, they need a calm and tranquil environment. They also enjoy meditation and moments of solitude to reflect. They are very positive and have a serene disposition. Honesty and clarity in communication is very important to them. The lighter the blue of your aura, the more peaceful and positive the energy you project. If you find that you have turquoise as part of the color you radiate, turquoise is your aura. Turquoise in your aura is the mark of a person with natural gifts of communication. These individuals have a dynamic quality of being and a highly energized personality that is influencing to others. They are powerful healers and help others discover their inner truths. Those with turquoise strong in their aura can do many things simultaneously and are good organizers. They feel bored when forced to concentrate on one thing and are natural multitaskers. Excelling in empathy and communication, individuals with turquoise in their aura have a knack for soothing out negative situations. People love bosses with turquoise aura because they explain their goals and influence their team rather than demand execution of their commands. If you find that you have indigo in your chart or as a light that you radiate, indigo blue is the color of the third eye chakra, relating to intuition and inspiration. Its frequency is the second highest vibrational energy of the visible color spectrum and relates to deep inner knowing. People with indigo in their auras are extremely sensitive to others' energies and are very in tune. They tend to know things before they happen, hear things before they are said, and dream lucidly and literally. They are sensitive but lend that sensitivity towards others in terms of empathy. Indigos tend to operate from a deep depth of feeling versus logic. They are seekers by nature and see the world as something bigger than themselves as an individual. They understand that living in the moment is key. Those with indigo in their aura trust their intuition and can easily discern between the truth and illusion. As communicators and connectors, they help those they meet along the way to understand the beauty and vastness of the universe and its mysteries. A darker murky indigo, such as a navy or a peacock blue, can indicate self-doubt, a disconnect, and with intuition and uncertainty. If you have violet as part of the color that irradiates from you, it could also be seen as purple. Violet is the color of the crown chakra, which relates to connection to our dreams and higher consciousness. Individuals with violet in their aura are dynamic, charismatic, and have powerful personalities. Their task or mission in life is to lead and inspire humankind and to guide us into a new age of prosperity, happiness, and wholeness. They have an inner and driving urge to do something important with their lives. They are visionaries and have high ideals and hopes for the future. Because those with violet purple energy possess both knowledge and intuition, they can usually see and recognize the bigger picture of any situation without being bogged down with details. They are natural empaths, easily assessing the vibrations of others. They crave connection and present themselves as open books to inspire and encourage the sharing of others. Purple auras vibrate at a high speed, signaling a close connection with the universe and unseen forms of life's energy. Those with violet emissions in their energy field tend to have high levels of thought activity and ability to manifest their projections into the material world. They also exhibit a high degree of originality when it comes to innovative thoughts, progressive ideas, and open-minded insights that show concern for the entire universe life matrix. They are natural humanitarians that thrive in jobs that help animals, serve communities, and guide others to reaching their highest potential. Finally, as part of the color spectrum, white, a pure, all-white aura, is the mark of a being who has transcended limitations of the physical realm. These extremely rare individuals are free from personal issues, hang-ups, health problems, which is why their aura projects pure white frequencies. Those with white in their aura are spiritually motivated and possesses an openness and receptiveness to the universe. They are often unconcerned with worldly matters or ambition, rather purity and truth. They are positive, uplifting, and non-judgmental. Inner illumination and cosmic wisdom characterize with white energy. The personal destiny of those with an all-white aura involves incarnating on the earth plane to enact profound change in the name of positive evolution. Because they have an almost naive approach to looking for good in everything, it is important for those with white auras to not allow others to try and manipulate and deceive them. Luckily, Due to their innate resistance to corruption and their deep morality, their presence alone is often enough to deflect negative energy. When white is in aura, an appearance of murky or cloudy, typically it is in consciousness area. It can indicate that the energy processing influx and waiting for answers. Now it's the time for you to learn how you can read your own aura, or perhaps someone else's. Now it's time for you to grab a friend or a family member to help you with this part of the exercise. How to spot color. Have someone stand a few feet in front of a blank white wall. Soften and slightly squinting your eyes. Look at the wall behind the person. With practice, you should start seeing a color outlining the body. Do not focus too directly on the person in front of you. To truly read someone, you need to be very self-aware to know and identify where your energy ends and where their energy starts. Now that you've learned about all the different energy fields that affect us, or rather are part of our electromagnetic field around our bodies, you've learned what they do, what they speak on, and the color associated with each. I also added more colors for your understanding in terms of whether you don't have the basic colors that I spoke about initially. I have a question for you. Do you think that reading someone's energy or aura is invasive? Do you think maybe that one shouldn't do it? But also, the follow-up question to that is, what if you have a natural ability to read people's auras? While you're still trying to learn about which color you are or whether you emulate a certain color or not, I'd like you to please write me a comment in terms of which one do you think you emulate, and also, do you think it's wrong to be looking at people's colors without their consent? I don't want to make it too deep, especially because it's information that you just pick up on while you're just glancing across the room or looking at a person that's sharing a table with you. Thank you for tuning into this particular episode of GMTV, and that was my conversation with you about auras. We have finally completed the whole matrix that make up a person's body, from their chakras to their imbalances and how to heal each one, all the way down to the different aura layers that you have on your person. Thank you for tuning in. Turquoise Aura.